Hello, all of you. Good evening. Online guests, can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
All of you online guys, before going to start the session, please share your mail IDs and phone numbers in the chat box. Your mail ID and phone number. Please provide your mail ID along with the number in chat box. So after the session, we'll share with you the demo content and video. So the recorded session, then I will share with you. Please share your mail IDs and phone numbers in the chat box. Okay. So we'll start the session. This is the first demo. SQL part. So before going to start this session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sridhar. I have a total 10 years of experience in complete BI process. In business intelligence level, I involved supposed to be work. So initially 5 years on Informatica Teradata as a ETL developer. Then after, I'm involved here so many databases like SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, MySQL like this. And domains, I involved in domains, banking, insurance, clinical, waste management system. So these are all domains I involved as a ETL part. So now present, so we are working with the Power BI as a business consultant. That is myself brief according to the hands-on experience. Then according to the teaching experience from past 5 years onwards. So I'm taking the batches. I'm representing here from Vinay Technologies as a SQL trainer. Lot of batches. So far I did. Lot of students I trained here in SQL. Today's concept is, so I'm not coming to the part, complete practical part today. Today is it is a theoretical session it is. We'll see, first of all, the significance of the database, then we'll see, and SQL part. Why you need to learn SQL, okay, and where it is required, what kind of databases are available in market, then these are all, then we'll see today. Today's agenda is to cover all these topics. Before going to talk about the SQL part, we should know about these are all fundamentals. What is meant by the data and data formats, data storages, structured data presence in databases, and on-premises and cloud data storage, database providers and products. So how many are providing the database for us to store our data or to maintain our data? Then finally, then we are going to discuss SQL overview and what we need to learn in SQL part, then we'll see today. See, first of all, before going to talk about SQL, we should know about the database. Without database knowledge, and we can't work with the SQL. First of all, we need to know about the data, then how to speak with the databases, then we are required. The first of all, main point is here, data. Why data and what is mean by the data? If you don't have a data anywhere else, okay, if it is not stored in a databases, there is no point here of SQL. You don't require SQL, only Excel sheets. Excel sheet, we don't require any SQL part. We can't write any SQL in Excel or a PDF or else a text file.
Yeah.
If we don't have a databases, we don't require any kind of okay. That is what, first of all, we should know about data and databases. Data means collection of information is called as a data. Unit of information is called as a data. For example, any data it is throughout the world, take any object. If we are saying something about that object, for example, employee is one of the object. Employee name, location, address. So if we are saying, what is this information? This information about the employee. For example, if you are saying about a car, so car is one of the object, car color, manufacturer, model number, CC, style. These are all is information about the car. Or else, the best example here is, so nowadays you are taking lot of selfies, right or wrong? Today, if you take a selfie, okay, then after 2 years, we can see or not? We can see the image. What the image is saying, or else, so not you, me only. Okay, so I take a snap 2 years back. Today, then I can see how beauty I am 2 years back, right or wrong? What happened in that time? So that is also the data. For example, we are taking a videos, functions. In all functions nowadays, we are taking lot of video sessions. Why these are all videos? Pre-wedding or wedding. So why we are taking this video? So to remember all this 10 years back, if we have a video today, then we can see how it's happened, right or wrong? Yes, the data is in different formats nowadays, not nowadays. From past 20, 30 years onwards, data is in different formats. Maybe in a numerical format, character format, or else a video, audio. So in different formats, the data then we can store. The best example, see here, in city, Hyderabad is the city. In each and every signal, then we can see the cameras, right or wrong? Why they are placed the cameras? So why they are placed in each and every signal of the camera? To predict something else. Anybody is jumping the signals, okay, or crossing the rules, or something is wrong happened, they can go and they can find out based on this camera. But this camera is 24/7, it's reading this data. What is going on there? Keep on, it's reading. Okay. But with this type of data, we call it as a streamed data. Streaming data it is. But based on these cameras, we can't say how many people are staying in city, right or wrong? Yes, daily I am going and coming. Each and every day it is recording. Okay. So how many Sridhars will go and come? Lot of Sridhars will go and come. Okay. So this is a one type of data to predict or else to say something. What happened is happened in signal level. To predict that, then we can find out based on this data. But this data is not suitable for analytics. If you want to say how many people are staying in a city, again, then we have to depend on Aadhaar card or a driving license or else voter ID. If they are looking how many voter IDs are there in a city, those many adults are there or those many people are staying in city, they can say. Right or wrong? So what is mean by the data is anything else if you are saying some information about any object, that is we call it as a data it is. So 50 years back or 100 years back, 1500 years back. So nowadays archaeologists, they are saying, yes, so before Christ, BC, 100 years BC it's happened. How they know? 100 years BC in Hyderabad city, some people stay. How they are saying? There's something they found it. They found some object, some information. Yes, in rocks, they found some script. Okay. So based on this script, they are saying this was the history. If they're not stored, the ancient people are not stored, these are all things, then we can't find out the history. Okay, that is what we required here. Data is required nowadays. What is going on if we are not stored anywhere else? Present, what is going on if we are not stored? Then after 1 year, after 6 months, after 10 years, then we can't say what happened previous. If you are unable to say what happened previous, then we can't predict what needs to be happened. That is called as your analysis. If you are in Power BI, okay, that is mean by the analysis. What needs to be happened, decision making. How the decision making will come down? If you know the business, if you know what happened previous, then we can estimate what needs to be happened future. So if you are application developer, IRCTC, Book My Show. Yes, maybe I think you are all aware of the Book My Show. To take the book the tickets, we need not to go for a queue. Okay, direct from here where we sit, there then we can book the ticket or today evening or tomorrow morning. Okay, what happened once if we book the ticket? Yes, this is a transaction. This transaction needs to be stored somewhere else, or else best example is I have a bank account. Okay, so in my account 50,000 rupees are there. I entered into this ATM center, complete 50,000 I withdraw. Bank is not storing transaction anywhere else. Again, I will ask 50,000, right or wrong? Or 50,000, 1 lakh, I will ask. They don't have a proof of the transaction. Then must and should they need to provide me the amount. How much you are asking? Yes, this is called as a transactional data. What is happening? Okay. So if you want to know, the data is required. Maybe the data in a number format, character format, image, audio, video, any format it is. For example, Aadhaar card, 107 crores people are there in India. The government is providing for each and every person one Aadhaar card. If they are not stored Aadhaar information anywhere else, they are providing the card. Okay, but they are not going to be stored anywhere else. If they are not storing anywhere else, they can't control this 107 crores of Aadhaar cards. Each and every person go and take 100 Aadhaar cards. Okay, for one bank, one Aadhaar card, another bank, other Aadhaar card, they will provide. Right or wrong? But how the government strictly is going to be maintained one person, one other means they are storing. Again, if I'm asking other, so they have a proof. Boss, already you have other. Okay. So, and we don't have submission for second order. Right or wrong? This is mean by the data. Whatever you want in a world, take anything else in a world. Anything. Pani Puri Bandi. Simple. Yes, of course, that is also the business, right? So, but what happened if it is a Pani Puri Bandi? He required any kind of business analysis? Power BI is required? Or else complete business analytics is required? Or else any kind of system is required? Large database is required for him? You don't have such capacity to maintain. So, such a kind of databases and employees and all, right or wrong? Okay, but that is also the business. And he required also analysis. Must and should, if the business is there, that doesn't matter of the scale, large or a small or a very large or a huge. That's not matter here. Every business required analysis. How the analysis will come down? We have to understand what happened. But he need not to store anywhere else. Why? Because if it is a Pani Puri Bandi, less number of transactions will happen. He need not to load anywhere else. By mind, he can remind what is going on daily. Okay, how many persons are coming daily and what they are product, which product they are purchasing. Based on that, then he will prepare. Right or wrong? So, but if it is a bank, if it is a airlines, if it is a shipping, telecom, clinical, is it possible to remind by mind all the transactions? It's a never ever possible it is. It's a never ever possible to remind in one branch in one city. Bank, take a bank, Hyderabad, Amirpet branch. How many transactions will happen? Lakhs of transactions will happen, right or wrong? Throughout the city, all branches, throughout all the city, Hyderabad city. So throughout the city, how many transactions will happen in Axis Bank only, ICICI Bank only? Accounts, credits, debits, loan, insurance, policies, lot of things will be happening. Throughout the city, even though he is a triple IT guy, it's never ever possible to remind by mind it is. That is what we are depending on the systems. Throughout the city, throughout the country, throughout the world, how many transactions will happen in one day is enough. Trillions and trillions of transactions will be populated. Okay. So to remind these are all things, then we are depending on the systems. That is what we are storing according to the system. Okay. Whatever data, if you are decided to store, what is going on daily, that is I want to store here. Or a business or other card or driving license, passport number, whatever it is. If you want to store anything else, the data should be in a three formats. One is a structured format, unstructured format, and semi-structured format. Structured format means it should be a tabular format. Yes, the data to be arranged in a table format like this. For example, I want to store about employee, employee ID, employee name, employee location. Yes, for all employees, that doesn't matter of how many employees are there. All employees, we have to maintain a data like this, right or wrong? This is only the data we can maintain. Years and years and years of data keep on, then we can load in one area. Keep on, we can load in one area. So in a tabular manner, this is called as a structured data. When we can go for the structured data, when we can arrange the data in a structured table format means whenever if we know the type of the data means employee number, always it should be in a numerical format only. Employee ID always should be in a numerical format, or account name. So account name always should be in characters. Can any person is there in a world with question mark special symbols? So names. Do we have any names with question mark special symbols? No. Even if it is a Ching, Chang, Chang, Chinese language, Chinese character it is, right? Wrong. Okay. So even if it is Telugu, Sridhar, Telugu character, all names should be in a word, in a character format only, right? Or wrong? This is a fixed data type. Whenever if we have a fixed data type, we can arrange the data in a table format. But it is not in a fixed format. See, like your digital marketing data, Facebook, Twitter, sample. So take a Facebook data. Do you know this Facebook? All of you guys? Yes, you are well aware of the Facebook. I know. So all are having multiple accounts today, nowadays, 3-4 accounts, but I have only one account only. So in my account, 500 members are there. You are asking me, sir, what they will post next hour? Next hour, you have a 500 members are there in Facebook. What they will post next hour? How I know? Their interest, they have a right to post anything else. Maybe in audio format, maybe in a character format, maybe a video. So formats will be changed. All people are not going to be sent only numerical format, only character format, right or wrong? So it will be changed frequently. Whenever the data, it is a frequently it is changing, then we can't arrange the data in tabular format. That is called as unstructured formatted data. Till you believe or not in a world, okay, 40% only structured format. The remaining are all are unstructured formatted data only. 60% till is there in a world, unstructured formatted data it is. It's not coming in a one proper way. Okay, it is frequently it will change. Sometimes it will come down video, audio, numerical format, date format, text format, like this it will come down. That is meant by this unstructured data. All of you online guys, please share your mail IDs and phone numbers on the chat box. Then only then you will get this video and the basic fundamental content to understand about better about SQL part. SQL is a mandatory. Why? Because if you are application developer or a data scientist or is a BI developer, who are, that doesn't matter. The day start onwards, we have to speak with the databases. Okay, why? Because most of the data will be presented in a databases only. The lot of data is presented in database only, not in Excel sheet, not in your files. Okay, so data will be presented database only. The day start onwards, we have to interact with the database. If we want to speak with the database, must and should SQL part is required. If you, if you don't know the SQL, they are not going to be considered in industry, organization level. If you are a Power BI export, application export, whatever export, that doesn't matter. Must and should, they are going to be verify the skills first of all in SQL level only. Okay, right. Then all of you give me your numbers also. Okay, fine. Data and data formats are there. Yes. Now I decided to store my institution information. Daily, some students are coming and they are joining different courses we have, different trainers we have, different packages we have. These are all information that I want to preserve somewhere else. That is called as, see here, data storage. Data storage means wherever we are storing a data, that is mean by the storage. Maybe this storage in different formats, Excel format, PDF format, or Word format, or else a database format. Wherever we are storing our data, institute data, we are storing in Excel formatted data. Institute data, we are storing in a text file, text data. Institute data, we are storing in a database data, right? Wherever, in which place we are going to store the data, that is, we call it as a data storage. See here, how many storages are there according to the system? According to the system we are talking, not outside. Outside, then we can store in lot of ways. Your pen drive, right or wrong? Your DVD or your phone. So a lot of areas are there. But in a system, if you want to store your data, then we require here two formats, major two formats are there. See here. Two storages. One is a file, then second one is database. Nowadays, files, a lot of files are there here. File format, Excel, text file, right or wrong? Word file, PDF. Do you know the PDF file? JSON, XML, okay, JPEG. JPEG what? Image it is. You are taking a snaps, right? Selfies. Selfies are all in which format? JPEG format. Today, if you are taking a selfie, then you can see tomorrow or after 1 year also, then you can see how beauty you are today or 1 year back or 10 years back. Okay, what the image is exposing here, what the image is saying, image is also described. Sorry guys. Sorry for interruption. So image is also describing here. So some data, 10 years back, what happened? How beauty we are. Excel. So we can store text file, we can store Word and PDF. CV, for example, resume. What we are doing in resume? We are exposing our experience in Word document. So what happened? 5 years. Last 5 years. This is my skills. These are all my skills. Okay. And these are all my technologies. And these are all the projects and academic career. These are all information we are storing in 4-5 pages. Right? So that is meant by the file format. File format data it is. So here some disadvantages, advantages, both are there. If it is a file format, just easily we can copy and we can paste the data. Load is very simple. How you are creating resume? All of you copy paste only, right? We are not writing nowadays. Okay, all shortcuts are came. Copy somewhere else, paste into our document. It's very simple. And if you want to move the document from one place to other place, it's a very simple. Copy, paste one folder to other folder. So, but huge volumes of data, limited volume, that is enough. huge volumes of data, Hadoop data, a bank data it is. Take a bank. How many transactions will happen in one branch? Lakhs of transactions. Throughout the world, trillions of transactions. Is it possible to be store all one day, world transactions, all world, throughout the world? Okay. All transactions can be loaded in one Excel file? Never possible it is. Okay. Hyderabad city data also, then we cannot load in Excel. Even though if we are loaded in Excel, it's a very difficult to be get back again. Loading is okay, fine. So only particular Amirpet data if you want to get back, how? Then we have to be render manually. If it is Excel, it will take a lot of time. Storage is easy, but get back is very slow down. And also file to file, we can't make the relations. We can't make the relations file to file. Relation, then we can't establish. Physical relations, we can't establish. File to file. That is what they are introduced databases. See here. Wherever we are storing our data, years and years and years, that is the place we call it as a database. It is wherever our data, according to this system, if we are storing our data, that is meant by the database. Just it is a tool actually. Database is a product. Database is a product. In that product, then we can store our data securely. We can manage and we can organize in one place securely the data we can store. That is called as database. But the databases are all maximum. So we'll support structured data. What type of data? Structured data means it should be in a tabular format, table format. If you want to store employee information, Aadhaar information, bank account information, laptop information, institute information in your database, it should be in a table format. Okay, that is meant by the database. See here, database is an organized collection of data. Blindly, we are not storing in unformatted way. In an organized way, we are storing employee ID. All employee ID should be in numerical format only. All should be in one column only. Names also, all should be in characters only. Okay, this was the way we are organizing the data in databases. Clear, all of you online guys? Once again, somebody are not provided your mail IDs and phone numbers. Somebody only provided mail IDs. Those are all not going to be considered. Please provide your mail ID along with phone number under chat box. Then only then you will get the content and this recorded session. See here now. Okay, fine. Database, what we are saying is, boss, database, we need not to manufacture the database. Best example is, I want to purchase a car. If I want to purchase a car, I need not to manufacture the car. Right or wrong? I want to use the car to travel Hyderabad to Nellore. So we need not to manufacture the car here. So many manufacturers are providing the car rights, but not a single manufacturer. Multiple manufacturers are providing the same product. Car is a car or a bike. Bike is a bike, it is. We can travel one place to other place. Take a bike, one place to other place, then we can travel. Right or wrong? Somewhere else. So office to house and house to home to office. I want to be traveling. Lot of bikes are available in market. Just it is a tool. Just bike is a tool. Okay. So But all people are not going to be purchased the same bike, right or wrong? Hyundai, BMW, Harley Davidson, Yamaha, okay, lot of Suzuki. So many organizations are providing lot of models. Even Bajaj Pulsar is there, Bajaj Avenger is there. But why they are providing like this the tools, same bikes means features will be varied, functionality won't be varied. Even though if it is Harley Davidson bike or BMW bike, so this bike is not going to be fly. Road is required, mandatory. Road is mandatory, otherwise we can't use the bike. Even though if it is a BMW Harley Davidson. Okay, bike is a product, but somebody's requirement. As per their requirement, they will purchase the bike. See, simple. Somebody's requirement is he needs to participate in racing, but he purchased Activa. Yes, of course, Activa is also bike. It is. How he is going with the Activa in racing? Yes, Activa is bike, but that is not a right bike to participate in racing, right or wrong? So he need to purchase high-end models or sports models. But somebody's requirement is mileage, is looking for the mileage. So to travel from office to house, he purchased a BMW bike. How the BMW bike is going to be provide a mileage? Hardly 3 kilometers for a later it will provide. Okay, so all our tools, all our bikes, but as for the requirement, then we have to purchase the tool to use. Same way here also. See guys, lot of organizations are there in market. They are providing for us databases. These are all called as database. What is mean by the database is, boss, it is a tool to keep your data or to store your data, organize the collection of data. If you want to maintain years and years and years, okay, it's a one place that is mean by the database. So these many of people are providing, organizations are providing, IBM, Sybase, DB2, Neteja, Informatics, like Bajaj Avenger, Bajaj Pulsar. One organization is providing 4 databases. Which one you want? Then go and purchase and use it. That's it. So some organizations will go for DB2. Okay, they are interested on DB2. Somebody are going for Informatics. Yes, they are interested on Informatics. Or Oracle database, Teradata database, Microsoft. See, Microsoft is an organization. Microsoft is providing 2 databases. Initial database is called as Access. So, and one more is there that is called as a SQL server. SQL server is not a technology, it is a tool. SQL server is a tool, okay, to store or to maintain or to organize your data. Whatever the tool, whatever the database organizations want, they can go and they can purchase the license from that corporation. Yes, so I'm interested on Microsoft SQL Server. This Microsoft SQL Server is providing 24/7 support in tool level, and also it is a very cheap and best component it is. I want to purchase that license. Then we can purchase the license from this Microsoft. We can use SQL Server database, right? Okay, fine. See, in a city, lot of Activa bikes then we can see, right or wrong? Nowadays, if you are in Hyderabad, somewhere else, lot of Activa bikes, Activa 5G, 6G, 7G, like this, then we can see, right or wrong? Okay, so why all or most of the people or 40% or say 50% are coming for to be purchased the Activa bike means. So the bike is more features are going to be suitable with the customers according to this maintenance, cost, mileage. So that is what they are purchasing, comfort. They are purchasing that too. The same way here also. A lot of people are manufacturing the database, but according to the feature, enterprise will be used. Okay, fine. So we are decided here to use one database. I purchased the SQL server. Once if you purchase the SQL server, yes, for what you purchase this SQL server? To which purpose? Two areas, then we can go and we can install SQL server on premises and then after cloud. On premises means our own area. See here, this is nothing but best example is our own house it is. It is my own house. Okay. If it is our own house, everything we have to maintain. Land purchase, building construction, maintenance, everything we have to done here. As like as your mission, laptop. Okay. So if it is your laptop, if you want to store something else, okay, you are purchased your own laptop, software installation, hardware, maintenance, everything you are controlling. Without your permission, no one will touch this laptop. Same house also. If it is my own house, no one will touch this house. Right or wrong? So, but if it is a cloud means I want to stay in Hyderabad. I need not to purchase a house. Why I need to purchase 2-3 months? I want to stay in Hyderabad. Why I need to purchase this house? I don't have such capacity also. Then we'll go for the rental house, right or wrong? Somebody else is providing the environment for us as per our requirement, triple bedroom or a double bedroom or a single bedroom or a villa, as per our requirement, then go and pay them each and every month, use. So after the close the agreement, leave it. Simple. Same process here also. Cloud is nothing but somebody's else environment it is. We can use that environment. They are providing everything as a service, software as a service, hardware as a service, maintenance as a service. We need not to bother about anything else. Just pay them each and every month. Then go and install your server in on-premises level or cloud level. But here, so what is the purpose you are creating this database? See, what was the purpose we are creating this database means different data are there, business data storage, intermediate data storage, ODS data storage, centralized data warehouse and data mart, analytical data, business data, operational data. What kind of data then you want to store? According to that, we have to construct the building. See here, I want to construct a godown. I want to construct a house. Two things are there, house and godown. Okay. So house, if we want to construct here, we require bedroom, hall, kitchen. These are all required, right or wrong? If it is a godown, in godown, then we are not going to be construct bedroom. How bedroom is required in godown? We don't require. Godown purpose is different, right or wrong? To store all goods. This purpose is house purpose is different. To stay or to live in a double bedroom flat or triple bedroom flat house. According to that, interior will be varied. Same process here also. What type of data you want to store in a database? According to that, then we have to construct the databases. These are all in regular session. I will explain how to construct and all. See here, and then after fine database we are decided and database we are constructed. Then how we are going to be interact with the database? Yes, best example is I purchased a bike. Lot of bikes are there. So in lot of bikes, I selected here one bike, Pulsar I purchased. Once if you purchase the Pulsar, if you want to travel one place to other place, what we require here? I want to be handle this one Pulsar. Driving is required. If I don't know the driving, so what is the use of this purchase? Right or wrong? I don't know how to handle this bike. Okay, then we can showcase this bike. Same thing also here. Okay, so why we are going to construct the house to live or to use? If we are not using this, that is a waste. Right or wrong? So that is what we are calling as a SQL. It is pure. See this one, structured query language. Anything else, if we want to speak with your database, then we require SQL is required. SQL is a language. SQL server is a product. SQL server is a tool. It is a database. Who is providing this? Microsoft. If you want to interact with, say, something to this server or to this database, what we require? SQL is required. All databases, familiar databases. These are all Oracle, Sybase, SQL Server, Access, Ingress, Teradata. These are all are familiar databases. These databases cannot understand Telugu, Hindi, English. Okay. Only they can understood SQL only. SQL language only they understood. So if you are not saying in a SQL language, they can't understand what you are saying. Okay, if the database cannot understand what you are saying, then it will provide you the wrong messages. That is what we required here. SQL is required. SQL means it is one of the language, structured query language, to speak with all databases, not single database. If you know SQL, we can interact with Oracle, Sybase, SQL Server, Access, Ingress, Teradata. Best example is I know driving, how to drive the Pulsar. From past 1 year onwards, I use this Pulsar. Sudden tomorrow, then I want to purchase a Bullet. Driving won't be very same. So Bullet driving, Pulsar driving, Activa driving is not there. Right or wrong? Driving is same functionality. So if I know the driving, then I can handle this Bullet also. But 1 week, 2 weeks, the difficulty will raise. Why? Because features are varied. Okay. Then after 2 weeks, then we can go with this one also. Same process here also. If I know SQL, okay, then we can go and we can communicate with Oracle, Sybase, SQL Server, Access, Ingress. Initially, this one we call it as a SQL. It is introduced by this IBM corporation in 1970s to speak with Sybase only. The first database in the world, Sybase. IBM's database it is. To interact with IBM database, they are introduced SQL. Then after later, so this was converted to SQL to speak with all databases. So all databases, once if you know SQL, it's a very simple and easy language it is. Just like as English. Okay. Some sort of grammatical language means grammatical format speak, we call it as a language. English, if I know, yes, lot of words. when, where, which, how, who. If I am saying like this, there is no meaning. Right or wrong? Grammatically, then we have to speak. Same way here also. Anything else, if you want to say something to the database, yes, grammatically, you have to format the sentence in an understandable format to the database. That is mean by this SQL part. Why SQL is, yes, nowadays, the most of the data is required. Most of the data will be presented in databases only. Excel level, text file level, PDF level, limited data only. Huge volumes of data, then we can't maintain in Excels. That is what mandatory we require, a database is required. Mandatory we require. SQL language is required. That doesn't matter. So what expert you are application expert or a BI expert, data scientist, data analyst, only we are going to be deal with the data only. So if you are an expert in applications, .NET developer, PHP developer, Java developer, front-end level, IRCTC, example, it is a railway ticket bookings and all inquiries, then we can see. So IRCTC, if you want to book a ticket, then what required is a registration form is required. Once if you fill the registration form and click the submit, what happened? This is all information. It needs to be collected and needs to be stored in database level. Or else ATM center. We are going to be insert the card and to done some transaction. After withdraw some amount. So this needs to be collected, the data needs to be collected from web application, front-end application. It should be stored, yes, so-and-so person, so-and-so account, so-and-so date, so-and-so branch, okay, so-and-so ATM center. He withdraw 10,000 rupees. This is all information needs to be loaded. So back-end level. That is called as database. This one we call it as a front-end. Okay. Virtually we are communicating with the bank. Directly then we need not to enter into the bank. Virtual communication. So that then we required here SQL part is required. So this is all complete a theoretical part. Tomorrow then I will show this complete tool, practical implementation, how to speak with this database, how it will respond. So, and what is mean by the SQL. So samples, then we'll see practical implementation, then we'll see tomorrow. So today is completely, this one is theoretical part, which we are discussed today. What is mean by the data, why we need to store this data, and what format we can store the data. Structured data presence in databases, on-premises and cloud, storages, database providers and vendors. These are all organizations are providing for us. The tool name is called as a database. Okay. So whatever tool, if we want to purchase, then we can purchase here. That is according to our wish. So this one we are discussed in first demo. And here, what we are going to be cover here is in this course. In this course, I would like to cover here all this in deep of SQL part. So it will take around 30 to 35 hours. 30 to 35 hours it will take. Daily 1 hour session. Daily 1 hour. Fixed timings 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. Sessions will be done. Saturday, I will take the mock interviews and tests I will conduct. And I will give you the more scenarios, more queries than I will provide. Saturday, then you have to done that one. I will available Saturday. Then I will provide you more exercises or some Saturdays, then I will conduct the exams. Some Saturdays, then if you are interested, I will take the mock test. So mock interviews, how you had to answer the questions, how you had to behave in interviews. So these are all practically then will test, and if you have any kind of lacks, then I will explain. Okay, just hardly it is a 15 minutes of time to be test. So, and we'll go with this mock interviews also. If you are interested, then you can come down. So, and also here, after this, within this course, I will give you 1 year real-time project. Once if you've done these are all things, whatever we are going to be provide materials. So then after, I will share with you all materials, each and every topic, live video sessions. Once this session is completed within 1-2 hours, then you will get the video for your recap, practicals, FAQs for interviews. So once if you are prepared all this, then you can eligible for 4 to 5 years of experience, then you can please, or with your tool combination Power BI SQL or .NET SQL, SSIS SQL, any one SQL is required, or plain, then you can place SQL developer. This one is enough. Whatever we are providing, that is enough. So these are all are going to be covered here. The topics, then I will share with you what we are going to be cover here in deep in SQL part. At least if you are a Power BI developer, SSIS developer, any BI developer, application developer, at least we required in SQL part, at least intermediate knowledge is required. So intermediate, not intermediate degree. Some medium knowledge is required here to answer. Okay. So this is the way the lectures will be continued. If you have any queries online, guys, still who didn't share your mail IDs and phone numbers, please go and share your mail IDs and phone numbers here. If you have any questions, then please raise your questions one by one. Vishal, who is on 2021?
Sir, I actually have a question.
Yes, please.
So we would go in through a bunch of different database tools within the market, right? And some of these tools have SQL commands that are a little different, like PL SQL versus MySQL versus SQL Server. So are we going to go over some of the language commands between the different databases as well?
But not all concepts, and fundamentally what the difference, then I will show you. But if you are interested, then I will give you the document of Oracle query, how we had to write, SQL query you have to be right, and MySQL you have to be right.
Understood.
A little bit of syntactical variation only will happen. That is all. Then I will explain what the difference and how to write your query in MySQL, Oracle SQL, and SQL Server SQL.
Based on the knowledge from the class, are we able to like clear the interviews even with different databases?
Definitely, 100%. Then you can you can go with interviews. So you can go with your interviews with different databases also.
With the same understanding of SQL and SQL Server.
Yes, same understanding you can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? The guys, Akshay, Anush, Anshu, Arun, Koti, Meena. Radhika.